Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's Top Leaders. Today, I am sharing with you the banana bread of leadership. Yes, I have a slice of amazing banana bread here. So good. It smells delicious. I want to share with you this whole idea about going from gross bananas to amazing banana bread. Listen, if what I have to share with you today resonates and you are looking for more support to help you to become the tech leader everyone wants to work for, make sure you get in touch. Send me a message. Let's talk more about what's going on for you and how I can support you through the training and coaching that we offer here through Moving Forward Solutions. So back to the banana bread. I'm going through the kitchen and I see this bunch of bananas that is gross. It's just like dark black. Like it looks just kind of like wrinkled up, horrible leather that's been sitting outside for far too long. I'm like, oh my goodness. And all of a sudden the smell hits you, right? That very, very, very strong, way past overly ripe banana smell hits me. And I'm like, kind of makes you gag a little bit. And if you are somebody who understands about bananas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then all of a sudden that moment hits you of, okay, there's no way on God's green earth that I am eating those bananas, but from something gross and disgusting, I can make some phenomenal banana bread, right? Because the best banana bread starts with the grossest, gnarliest, weathered looking bananas, right? That's where the best stuff comes from. So I definitely whipped up a batch of banana bread. And I have to take a bite. Oh, holy moly. So good, my friends. So good. I just couldn't help myself. I thought I was going to be able to do this without taking a bite, but I had to take a bite. Anyhow, it is as good as it looks. I promise you, it is so good. And I'm all about putting walnuts in my banana bread. That may not be your jam, but I am all about add the nuts in there, okay? So let me share with you, as I was making this banana bread, I had this banana bread leadership epiphany hit me. And I was thinking about those employees that are seemingly like the horrible employee, right? They're the ones you could come up with a whole host of, this person is the bane of my existence, right? They make life difficult. They are complaining all the time. They're not adding anything positive. They're not hitting their deadlines, right? So like you think of these people and maybe there's something still there. Like they still have a purpose. Maybe there's something that they're doing, okay? But there's all of these things that you're just going, oh, this is challenging. This is difficult. And hopefully they're not actually the really stinky employee. Yeah, I had somebody like that once. I had to explain to them the importance of wearing deodorant. That's a whole conversation for another day. Hashtag awkward. Anyhow, but those employees that are challenging, they're difficult. They're just hard, right? They're difficult to work with. And then you also have that element of just like a real banana. Once one banana starts to go bad, what happens with the bunch of the other bananas nearby? They start turning the other bananas bad too. Okay. Now, for banana bread, you need several bananas that have gone bad because that's how you make a good banana bread, right? You can't just have like one banana that's gone bad. You actually need a bunch of them. Usually the recipes I make require 3, if not 4 bananas that are just as gross as you possibly can get. Those ones make the best banana bread, right? But when it comes to employees, you get one bad banana and then they start to turn the other bananas into bad as well. And that's not so helpful as a leader. So you're sitting over here and you're complaining, you're thinking to yourself, okay, something has got to change. So here's my suggestion. Let's turn those bad bananas into really good banana bread. Let's turn it into something that is delicious and so yummy. You just can't help yourself but enjoy it. And then you want to share it, right? I make a good banana bread and then I want to share it with the people in my household, right? Not to mention maybe neighbors or something too. So let's talk about what that can look like for you, because as a leader, it is very possible that you're going to have those gross, really cranky pants employees, the ones that are difficult, the ones that are turning the other bananas gross as well, right? And that you're thinking, this is not helpful. How can I make it into really good banana bread? Well, what you're going to need is a really awesome recipe, right? Just like you need a phenomenal recipe to make the banana bread. You've got to have a good recipe and you've got to follow the recipe. You have to, because if you don't follow the recipe, then it's not going to work out, right? It's like putting in too much salt or too much baking soda. It's not going to help that bread to do what it needs to do, okay? And so you need a really solid recipe. And some of those ingredients for an amazing banana bread leadership recipe are, first of all, your desire. Okay, I want to start there with you first, because as a leader, if you really want to be that great tech leader that everyone wants to work for, if you really want to really make life better for you and for your people, it's going to come down to your desire, my friends, because if you do not desire it enough, it doesn't matter all the other pieces that I could give to you. It doesn't matter, because if you don't have a strong enough desire to turn it around and to make the banana bread from the really crappy bananas, then it's not going to go anywhere. You have to have the desire, because doing anything is going to take effort and it's absolutely going to take some time, right? So first part of the recipe is look at your desire. The next thing is patience. Let me ask you this. Do you have enough patience to really stick with it? Do you have enough patience to wait for those bananas to get just to the right kind of ripe, and then do all the things you got to do to pull all the ingredients out, mix it all together? You know, all the wet stuff's got to get mixed together separately from all the dry stuff. And then you take those two and you mix it together, and then you put it in the oven. And when you're doing like a big banana bread, it takes over an hour to bake. Okay, this isn't like a batch of muffins where it can take like 15 to 20 minutes. This is going to take well over an hour. And then once you get it out of the oven, you got to let it cool down, right? Before you burn everything in your mouth and you're not going to taste anything, let alone the banana bread. So I'm saying is that it takes patience. You have to be willing to do it and be in it for the long haul, to know that at some point you're going to get an amazing piece of banana bread, okay? So it takes that time. Another piece of the recipe is really looking at what is going on, what truly is happening, because maybe you're in a situation where you really can't make banana bread right now. It's just not going to happen, and you're just going to have to get rid of the bananas. Sometimes I've had to do that. I've had really amazing, perfect bananas that were ready for phenomenal banana bread, and I was leaving to go on vacation. I literally did not have an extra hour to carve out of my day to make the banana bread. So at that time, I just chucked the bananas. I had to just let them go. And so I'm not just saying just chuck your employees and let them go, right? But there might be some things you're just going to have to chuck. You're just going to have to come to it and say, you know what? I can't even stress about this right now, so I'm just going to have to leave it be. And maybe later I can make banana bread. And which has happened, right? In the future, after that vacation experience, I have purchased other bananas and I have made other banana bread. So again, we're coming back to desire, patience. Sometimes just the timing is not right. Or the other part about timing is putting in that time to make all of these things happen, okay? Another element that comes down to a really great banana bread leadership recipe is also to make sure that you look at, do you really need to add all of the ingredients in? So I jokingly said before that my banana bread's got to have walnuts. I love a good banana bread that has walnuts in it. Maybe yours doesn't need walnuts. Maybe you don't even love walnuts, okay? But what I'm talking about in this metaphor is that maybe you're sitting there waiting and thinking, oh, I really need to have walnuts in order to make it perfect. But is it possible that you could take a bad news employee and turn them around to be banana bread and not have the walnuts in there and still have some really, really good banana bread? Yeah, you can. Because I promise you, I have made banana bread without any kind of nuts because I didn't have any walnuts or didn't have any pecans, but I still made really yummy banana bread. So when you're thinking about and you're looking at your people, maybe there's aspects about them and about a circumstance is not exactly optimal prime. It's going to be the very best banana bread ever, right? But maybe it's going to be really stinking good banana bread anyhow. And maybe that's good enough. So I like to think about that as kind of leveling expectations too. Because sometimes we go, oh, There we go. Lost the bananas again. Can't enjoy them. What am I going to do now? Right. And it turns into, there we go. Got another employee who's just a pain in the rear. What am I going to do now? Right. And so instead of focusing on the fact that something seems like it's really hard, instead get past that and think about another version. And that's the last part in this recipe I want to share with you is think about the vision. What is that possibility for something that's amazing? Okay, where you can take this thing that's not so great and to turn it around, to take those really gross, black, leathery banana skins that are just so disgusting, right? And instead to turn it around so you get some amazing banana bread instead, and then keep that vision in mind. Focus on that. Let the fact that the bananas have gone way overripe, let it go. Just let it go, right? And instead say, all right, we can do something different with this, okay? That's why it's got to first start with your desire as a leader, because if you don't have the desire, then the rest of it doesn't matter. If you don't have the desire, you're not going to stick with it. You're not going to do what you need to do to measure things out, right? You're going to get too frustrated. Next thing you know, you're going to have banana bread exploding all over the kitchen. Or maybe not. This isn't that dangerous. It's just banana bread, okay? But the point is that maybe, just maybe, you got to temper yourself a little bit, right? Just take that deep breath. Say, okay, I can do this. And then go and make those decisions around what you really want to do with that banana. Okay. And see if maybe, just maybe, you can make some amazing banana bread with that employee that otherwise is just stinking up the place and turning other people from good to bad as well. All right, you got this, my friends. And again, if any of this has resonated with you today and you want to become that awesome tech leader that everyone wants to work for, get in touch. Let's talk more about what that can look like for you through the training and coaching that we provide here at Moving Forward Solutions. We offer this because you and your people are worth it. Thanks again for joining me today on today's Top Leaders. I'll see you next time.